you're still halfway across the country. It's so good you're almost home. I'm a wide world away from.
Good evening, Fredonia. You're listening to The Local Lowdown on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. Hi, I'm your co-host, Mel, executive producer and promotions lead.
Hello, I'm Jordan, and I am the A&R lead, and I am your other co-host.
Heyo, it's me, Alex, in the booth once again, making sure they're laughing in there.
No, it's not you, I promise you. I
Unbelievable.
promise you.
That's nice.
In the booth, making sure that the audio levels are sounding good. And yes, they are.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems in a group effort to promote and showcase the local music scene here in Fredonia, but also West New York at large. Welcome to The Local Lowdown.
On this episode for the week, we have our guest, Sciandi. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Can I mention, I looked over at the exact time when we were doing intros, and I see Sciandi go, "You're waiting for your turn." Oh, that's never happened. I almost felt so bad.
All I'm saying is I never heard a radio voice in real life, and that freaked me out, and I was excited to tell people that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And then
I
I
thought you were
thought-
waiting for your turn.
I also was like, oh, I'm coming up next, so this is good. This is a good opportunity for me to say that.
Okay.
That's funny.
But welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Alrighty. So why don't you start off by introducing yourself and giving any backstory and the journey you have with your music?
Whoa, okay. So my name is Sciandi, all right? I am a senior in Fredonia, and I first of all, appreciate you guys for having me on this.
Yeah,
thing.
Of course,
This is
yeah.
an epic opportunity.
Yeah.
But I started writing. I've always been intrigued by music. Just in the backseat of like my like parents' car, my brother's car, anyone's car. I've always just vibed and tried to figure out what like the next word was.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when songs were going on, and I've just always had this weird fascination. And then in I'd say it was like freshman year of high school is when I actually started like jotting down like lyrics and stuff and putting them in my notes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was like a senior in high school, my one English teacher, shout out Miss Frederick, she knows, I'm pretty sure it's her brother-in-law that works at GCR Audio. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you've heard of it, and you're not even originally from Western New York.
man.
Look at that, we found
I've
something.
learned some stuff.
But I went there, and that was actually the biggest blessing and curse because I didn't know what I was doing yet, and I was pouring all this money in the studio. So like, while it fostered my love for what I have now, it also fostered financial burden.
Nice balance between both.
but now thanks to actually my friends Cody and Sebastian. Cody gave me this hat too for free, by the way. Psycho Man, check it out.
Nice.
Cody supplied me with a nice little studio mic to record with, and Sebastian gave me his FL studio, and now we're just do-it-yourselfers. So
Wow.
that's dope. That's dope.
Would you say there's any artists that you look up to, inspiration for the music that you create?
Right now I'm in a heavy
Oh.
070 shake phase.
Ah.
She could like step on my face and not apologize. And also recently got into John Mayer. I don't know how it took this long, but like I was literally working at Rite Aid and I heard, I think it was Heartbreak Warfare on the radio, and it like took me back to going to a drive-through with my family. I don't know why I remember this. It was like 2009. But
Nostalgic, yeah.
exactly, nostalgic. So like then like he just made me feel like, oh, like I feel like I'm like a kid again almost. And like just a lot more pure in a way. And that's kind of where I try and take music in terms of the emotion I try and make people feel. Like I want them to feel like familiar yet refreshing with the sound.
like
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
I like that too.
Thank you.
Well, while we're talking about your roots a little bit, back in 2019, you released your very first project, Composition.
Yeah.
And there's a song in there that people have really gravitated towards. It's called Control Your Head.
This is true.
And it is one of your biggest songs, you could say. What do you think you've learned from that release or since that release, and why do you think people still gravitate to that one so much?
That was actually the one W I took from going to the studio early. That was the second song I ever recorded at GCR Audio.
Wow, that's crazy.
And funny story, no BS. When I was recording it, and we were about to bounce it out, the person that owns GCR is Robbie Takak. I don't know if you know who that is. Goo Goo Dolls person.
Okay.
Goo Goo Dolls man. And he overheard what was going on in the studio, and he just walked in and was like, "Sounds good, man." And like,
Wow, that's awesome.
I was like, "Thanks, dude." And yeah, so that was cool. And after that is when I kind of realized like, oh, I don't really want to stop, because before it was kind of a hobby,
Yeah.
and then yeah, Control Your Head just made me realize that it was it could be something more.
You said you like rap on that song. You don't like that part?
Okay, so like I
Explain.
like rap. I don't like rapping. There we go.
Okay.
I'm not the medium. I'm not the proper
I'm not the
medium
guy.
of rap. The closest thing to rap I could get away with is like my verses on Winding Roads. It's like it almost borderline sounds like if Jack Johnson hopped on.
Okay.
So you're moving away from that a little bit.
Yes, definitely moving away from the rap, and honestly trying to gravitate further away from the auto-tune in general too. I want to create like a warm, inviting atmosphere for future listeners and stuff.
Cool.
Warm,
I think you're doing a good job.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good adjectives. But coming up with any project, I think you can agree, it's a lot. It's a big undertaking, especially when, you are an artist yourself and you're trying to promote. And I'm assuming that doing your own promotion did take a lot of work, as well as anything that came along with it. There's promotion, there's talking with other people, kind of getting the audience's perspective on it, your own perspective. How do you want to grow afterwards? So do you place a lot of value on doing this yourself? Is this something that like eventually you want to hand off? How do you view viewing or doing this project and taking everything on a personal level for you?
I do enjoy doing a lot of the aspects myself, but I can't lie. There's definitely a lot of aspects that I slack on, like promotion and stuff like that. Putting up that Hazel and Ember flyer was one of the first steps towards the right direction,
Yes.
and treating this not like a hobby and more like a profession.
Yes.
And,
Big props to you to that. That's probably the reason.
It's the reason I'm here right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother actually had a talk with me a couple weeks ago and was like, "Hey man, like you're like good at the music stuff, but like it's kind of like looking more like it's not really going anywhere." And I was like, "You're right."
Like, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we're in full steam ahead.
I mean,
to
would
hear
you say like that was the conversation that kind of like catapulted, as in like what you want? Would you say like a couple weeks ago?
Me and my brother have a bunch of conversations that catapult. Shout out Devin. Shout out Devin. You're the man. You're probably honestly partially the reason I'm also here right now. But he actually, like a couple months ago, I didn't have anything released like in months, maybe even like a year. And I had a bunch of music I was sitting on, but I felt like I needed to wait for like the perfect moment and like get like the pristine cover art and have these videos, this ultimate rollout. This is like the after hours time period. So
Okay,
like I'm like, I have to be like him.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's tough to live up to. If
Yeah,
that's what you're going for.
real tough. And then he was just like, dude, like it's not gonna be perfect. You just gotta accept it's never gonna be perfect. And like even The Weeknd probably looks at his stuff and he's like, oh, I could have done that better. You know? So it's the most important thing now is to just actually show people the stuff.
You know what? That is
You know?
such a common trope when it comes to figuring out the right time. And I feel like some artists are very particular and like they can do it within a couple months and they know exactly when they want to release stuff. Other artists kind of wait for the right time, and it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time because you're like, okay, but am I going to feel this moment? Is this like a certain time of the year that I want to release it? When can I actually get the work done and do all of the things that I want to do with it, like promotion, video, and whatnot. So it's interesting to see how like every artist is like, the right timing has to be there, but like when is that for everyone?
Exactly. And another problem is like right now I don't think I have the fan base to even put together like a full length project.
Yeah.
I feel like I would almost be like it would be a disservice to myself to make this whole thing that like maybe 100 people listen to, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to push out some singles that tickle everyone's fancy per
Right,
se.
right.
I'm not like trying to make, pop music or anything, but like I've been making a lot of stuff, and the stuff that sticks, I'm gonna put out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
the two songs I will be performing.
Ah,
Right.
yes.
We've had a lot of artists say that in terms of releasing more singles because each one gets its proper
yeah.
promotion. It's a little bit easier for people who are up and coming, underground. Just because you put so much work into each one, you really want it to be heard by as many people as possible. You don't want someone, listen to a couple songs of the album and not finish it or something.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
Although I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
a full project
please.
someday.
Whenever it comes,
Please.
it will be welcoming and inviting, and it won't be any sad stuff because I've been making some sad stuff, but I think I can start to see the horizon now,
Hey, let's
and
go.
and the sunny
Yeah.
days are coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
Like-
on that, you can keep going.
I
Yeah, go
was
for
just
it.
about to ramble some more.
Oh.
Like literally, the sunny days are coming. We have, I think,
This is true.
T minus like 11 days till we get the sun back. Or no, it's like I can't do math. It's March 13th that we
Really?
get that hour back.
Yes. So
Yeah.
then we can be happy once more. Well, on that topic, your lyrics are often self-reflective and vulnerable. Were you always so comfortable expressing your emotions publicly like that?
It's weird because like the only way that I do feel comfortable is if I have the medium of music, because then it's like, oh, like that's my ticket. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm doing this. Like I don't know. I don't mind confiding in people or anything like that. But it's hard for me. Like if I know you, I don't have a problem confiding in people.
Right.
But I honestly have more trouble engaging in a normal conversation with somebody. You know what I mean? Like
Understandable, yeah.
if if I've known you for like 48 hours, I might like lay my life down on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I don't know, like the odds that I actually do introduce myself and stuff, like I don't know what happened, but I just don't know how to communicate anymore, really.
You know what? I don't even think, and honestly, I can relate to an extent, and it's funny how you mention it. Because I mean, music for most people who come onto the show and who are musicians are like definitely an outlet for them to express themselves and communicate and whatnot. But it might just be like easier to want to communicate through a song and just speak to the world like as a whole rather than individually, which is crazy because some people are better one-on-one, but some people are better like me to you, everyone here.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting how you mentioned like confiding. It's, I don't know, I just like, it tickled my ear. I was like, you know what, I understand. It can be that way.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I mean, is it something that like you are a lot more open to doing in your music now? Is it something that like
I'd say so,
a lot
yeah.
easier?
I like telling stories, and I feel like in order to do that, I have to like dig into some sort of thing that like happened. And honestly, what I'll end up doing for the most part is I'll take several situations that had one emotion like they had a similar emotion, and I'll just hodgepodge them together.
Yeah.
And they may have happened, but no one can be like, oh, like this song's about me. It's like, no, this song's about like 20 different people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, but no.
He's covering up his tracks.
of
but
course, there's
not leaving
those.
no
Of course, there's those rare songs that are like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is one event, one moment. You know,
I think
pure.
I know one of them.
Oh,
Somewhere in September.
oh man, how'd you know?
2019.
Yeah, she's still in September.
Oh man.
It's okay.
Yeah. On that topic, actually, there's something I want to talk about. We got to talk about these harmonies. Like, what is your process for doing harmonies? Do you have any advice for people?
Oh, well, I just really like them, and
They sound pretty.
I think I don't want to like toot my own horn or anything, but luckily, I think I was born with relative pitch. I've heard this before, but like you know how when you're singing something and then or like say someone else is singing something, right? And then you're like, "Oh, I can't do that." So then you sing something that you can do that sounds pretty with it. That's how I learned how to harmonize.
Yeah.
But
That's a very dummy down version, but I understand that because I find a hard time harmonizing.
sometimes it's definitely hard to find the spot because like you'll like think you're there and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, like that wasn't like at all in tune, you know, and you sound like a styrofoam like can or something. But the process of harmonies is really I think that's where I have the most, that's where I'm like smiling the most in the studio. You know what I mean? Because I'll just be like, ooh, like,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm like, that's the end goal almost. Like, because the main vocals, they can be kind of, what's the word? Not like disheartening, but it's like, oh, like, these are just so boring. You know, it's rare that you lay down some main vocals and you're like, yeah, good. You know, I rely heavily on those harmonies and layers even. Yeah. Some like nice whisper, some whisper layers to make it sound all soft and cozy.
Yeah.
So like that's your favorite part, like creating the harmony is kind of the okay.
Yeah, and writing the lyrics, honestly. I love writing lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Definitely.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, let's talk about another day that may make you feel cozy. The 14th of February. I almost forgot the month. So another single that you mentioned, Hazel and Ember, came out and dropped on Valentine's Day. I mean, you could emulate the song for it to be, you know, more Valentine's Day-y, but was there a reason why you decided to drop it on this day? Was it like a...
It's kind of funny / sad. You know, you could pretend you have a love life, right?
Okay. Yes.
There we go. There we go. It was like my one roommate, Brent. Shout out Brent. He has a girlfriend, Kellyanne. Shout out Kellyanne. And they're the only people in the house that like are dating. So the whole day was just us memeing that song. Like we were just like, we just need to find and just like being like, yeah, dude, like it's fine. We're fine, bro.
I mean, so I guess the date wasn't an important thing. It was more so the song
It
made
also
more sense.
it just made sense. It's a love song. If there's any time I'm gonna drop a love song, Valentine's Day, right? You know?
Yeah. Figured.
Like a happy one.
So along with that, what was your idea or selection process when it comes to creating the beats that were on the song in particular?
Hazel and Ember?
Yeah.
So okay, this is about to be major exposure.
Oh.
Beatstars.com. that's where I purchase that's where I've purchased a majority of my beats. But we are heading in the direction of actually getting the beats made by people I know.
Yeah.
Then we can dive deep in the song, change stuff. Like in Walking Paradise, my friend DJ Wayne, I was able to tell him to add a saxophone.
Yeah.
Like that's sick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a lot more personable of a song, I feel. At least to me. But I mean, to other people, they might just be like, wow, this guitar slaps on something like Hazel and Ember. But I feel like the beat selection is definitely important. I don't pick like whack beats. I don't think anybody should, obviously.
Yeah.
But like even like maybe in another life, Winding Roads, beatstars.com. Like,
Yeah, I see. Okay. So it's important for the selection for now, and we're working on getting some.
we're working on the
some
production.
producers.
We're
Okay,
working on
cool.
the production.
Like that. On that topic, you have a lot of different sounds, I find, in your discography. Whether it's like the older rap stuff, like we were talking about, also, yeah, there are a lot of different sounds: R&B, pop, more funky stuff on "Find Your Rain."
Oh
That's
that one's
a
kind of
funky
hip hoppy
groove
too.
it. Yeah, definitely. But as you were mentioning, you're moving in more of a singing, soulful direction, and you're hoping to work with more live instrumentation.
Yeah.
Who are some of those producers and those people that you want to work with for that?
I need to. This has been my thing. I have it written on a whiteboard.
Oh, wow.
Are you taking proper, like, am I here for a reason? You know what I mean? Like Fredonia. That was deep, real quick. Am I am I using Fredonia for the reasons I should be using it for moments like this? You know what I mean? I just kind of stayed locked in my room, like, oh, I'll just do it all myself for the longest time. And now I'm trying to break that barrier I was telling you about earlier of communicating with people and actually kind of like saying hi and stuff. I stopped wearing my headphones just so like I would be more
That's
prone
a
to.
big step. I'm sorry, at least
yeah.
like, on campus, but
Yeah, no,
props to you, man.
it is. But I feel like it has made me more of a happier individual.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep working with Wayne, that's for sure. Sebastian also produces.
Okay. Does Cody do any production or?
Cody doesn't really mess around with the production, but he is a vocal engineer voodoo.
Yeah.
I mean, I will also say a lot of the artists that we've had on here, in some of their songs, again, they've just either they're friends or they're people that they know who are also artists. And we've noticed this with a lot of the artists that we have on the show. They kind of just like all intertwine with each other at one point. Whether it's, hey, this guy played the saxophone for me in this 1-2 clip song of and it's so weird because you would never think, and sometimes it even varies in genre, but like especially in like Fredonia, you wouldn't expect it to be like, well, yeah, I mean, you could expect it to be tight knit, but a lot of people are so open to like working with
Absolutely.
anyone when it comes to like music, lyric writing, participating of any sort. So I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work out, you know?
Right? I feel like a lot of people honestly feel like that whole I'd like to talk to people, I just don't want to talk to people. You know what I mean? Like type vibe where like I don't know how to break the barrier. But like as soon as that barrier is broken, everyone seems so nice.
Yeah.
In my experience. Like
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting live musicians together, it's time to transition to our set list. Take it away, Sciandi.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's go.
I'll see you there. So this one's called Walking Paradise. We're gonna start it off a little inviting, a little welcoming, if you will. A little warm. This one's not out yet, but I believe I'm gonna put it out in like July. It sounds like July to me. If that makes any sense.
What did you say? Can we rewind? We're gonna take all of our time. Then come the day that we combine. All the world in a way, we'll just move to the side. Why take a trip when you're walking paradise, baby? I'm purple and pink on the skyline. Chardonnay pours over the brink of our sense of sincerity. Another place, some other time. Wish I could stay, but I gotta find. What's there to say? What's there to hide? I can see in your face that you're still in Dubai. Why take a trip when I'm a walking paradise, baby? You're so adrift and you're starting to look sick. Orange, purple, and pink on the skyline. Chardonnay poured over the brink of our sense of sincerity. Seems like someone wants to stay and then the other wants to leave. Why don't you pack it up and stay with me? The sun is setting on the ocean, soak it in and feel the breeze. They said you chose the fruits of venture over me, so what did you say? What did you say? Some other time. Wish I could stay. Wish I could stay. All of our time. What's there to say? That we come back. I can see in your face. Goodbye. Saying goodbye. That you're saying goodbye. Goodbye.
Shout out Sebastian for this note that you're hearing right now. I can't do that, so I'm not singing it. Shout out DJ Wayne for producing this song. Thank you. I got cool friends. And yes, like I said, July, be on the lookout for Walking Paradise. That was the title of that song.
Sick.
Well, this next one is called Winding Roads. It was the first song that pushed me in the direction that I'm heading towards now. It sounds a little more organic, I feel. Before I was trying to emulate other artists, and it was just not getting anywhere besides being an off-brand version of those artists. But
Loosen up, just let it go, darling. Let it go. That was yesterday, tomorrow's got a better taste. Passion fruit I picked from your garden. Let it grow. Take your time today, it's cloudy, but we let it rain. You wonder why, when and where to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thoughts cross my mind on winding roads. Oh, 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 oh.
sense tension between us, so much suspension. I mean, love don't show up unless I mention what we was. So back then and again, some see love need no lens. What I don't see won't be you no more, cause you hold me closely and do a low, all the lonely. So we do our shows on the low key, slowly grew apart. That's when I found a plug, pulled up, ran off with a pound of nug, rolled up fat J's, passed around a skunk. I love the haze, let it out my lungs. Look at my phone, got a text from a chick, said you're trying to hunt, said you're trying to what, said you're trying to hunt, but don't worry about it, baby, I'm coming home, so
loosen up, just let it go, darling, let it go. That was yesterday, tomorrow's got a better taste. Passion fruit I picked from your garden, let it grow. Take your time today, it's cloudy, but we let it rain. You wonder why, when and where to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thoughts cross my mind on winding roads. Oh, 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 6 months went past, split our roots, 1 year went past, said I do. What's weird I find is I do to satisfy, I'm gratified, I'm grateful, hateful, smoking, made like every day and never pay. Safe to say my takeaway from this is don't plant seeds that can't grow, and just stick to kush. I look to the sky, burn all the bush, and land in the dirt. I fought it at first, no need to lie. Thought it could work, despite getting hurt. More hard than it looks. Photosynthesize, the light lift the curse. And let people grow. The girl from the first verse hit my line, so it's time to let you go. Loosen up, just let it go, darling. Let it go. And that was yesterday. Tomorrow's got a better taste. Passion fruit I picked from your garden. Let it grow. And take your time today. It's cloudy, but we let it rain. You wonder why, when and where to go. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Thoughts cross my mind on winding roads. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. So.
Swag. So this next one that I'm doing is titled Hazel and Ember. It is actually the last song I dropped. It's out now. Very fresh. Valentine's Day. So let's get to it.
You're still halfway across the country. It's so good you're almost home. I'm alright, word away from you. It's all hitting me tenfold. And this time when you say you love me, no, no, I might just be too bold. Oh, no. Find faith in forever, you're kind, hazel and ember. I forgot to watch you drive away last time you left, so you best come back. My chain of thought ain't been on the right track. I'll shake it up, but I ain't never like that. So I'm waiting and you should know, be here with your usual. You wake up so impatient and beautiful, and I don't see myself in no one else. I'm praying that the feeling is mutual. And this time when you say you love me, I might just be too bold. Oh, no. Find faith in forever, you're kind, hazel and ember. Hazel and ember were flames in December. We might just set off the alarm. Maybe for the better, we're wasting our time. Whenever you lay in my arms. Find faith in forever, you're kind, hazel and ember.
Ooh.
Yep, skiddly do. So, this next guy. I don't know if you guys have ever been hit with that in another life things may be different text. It's a heavy hitter, that one is. But it'll leave you. It'll leave you kind of distraught and some thought, you know? Whoa, I didn't even mean to do that. But regardless.
Maybe in another life, we've been in and out of this little thing called love, chasing butterflies. And I don't really wanna let that go. So maybe in another life, all these cold winter days turn to cool summer nights. But they always find a way to fade away. Rarely do I run away with freezing the rain. I don't wanna go, but you look at the time. Something's in the air, I don't think I'll ever see you again. But maybe in another life, I don't have to write songs whenever I'm just trying to say something nice. I could wrap you in my arms so tight tonight. Maybe in another life, I could give you love just the way you like. She said, maybe in another life, I'm going crazy in this other life. Yeah, you always had a thing for the singers. As I lead us through a sweaty crowd in a packed venue, holding just the tip of your fingers. But I don't think about your physical features, other than the clutch of my arm as we walk through the city at night. You pull me closer to say, in your own little way, you wanna live in the life, but we were never astray. I looked as if to reply, why? Something's in the air, I don't think I'll ever see you again. But maybe in another life, I don't have to write songs whenever I'm just trying to say something nice. Yeah, I could wrap you in my arms so tight tonight. Maybe in another life, I could give you love just the way you like. She said, maybe in another life, I'm going crazy in this other life. Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the beginning, middle, and end.
Thank you so much for the performance, Sciandi.
you.
I think that might have been one of our most danceable performances.
I will say,
I was
yeah.
definitely
I
grooving.
agree.
You were grooving.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, guys.
I gotta ask though. I gotta interject. What is going on in the booth over there?
So I brought you guys some goodies.
wow.
Well, thank you, tokens, for letting me on the show.
Oh my God.
Did you do your research or
Thank
something?
you.
I mean, I seen a bunch of stickers. on the mini fridge to the point where you can't even see the mini fridge. So I figured, I mean, who doesn't like stickers?
That is true.
That is
Well,
true.
Also, if you see me on campus with this gray backpack, I have stickers for you.
Stickers.
Well,
Just
whole
put a
sheet
little
of them.
Post-it, bright stickies.
I'll just have like a sign that I
Yeah.
would put on my front.
Well, I was gonna ask,
stickers.
right? Because I was doing my research, right? Just a little bit of history lesson, real quick. Is through the ages, through the time,
Through the grapevine.
through the grapevine. I've been given a name. I've been given a title by my dear friends here, Mel and Jordan, and that is the merch gremlin of the group.
Whoa.
I'm looking for merch 24/7. I'm in the gold mines, digging for the next big item.
So you're gonna want like 2 stickers.
I would love 2 stickers. And I was gonna ask because I would, like I said, I was doing my research. I was searching, and I wasn't able to find anything besides that Cycle of Man beanie that you were wearing, that you were promoting for who was it? Cody.
It was Cody.
It was
yes.
Cody. Yes. I was gonna come up and ask, and I was like, well, I can't find anything. Is there anything in the works? But you might have taken that a little bit too literally by working on the stickers in the middle of the show.
Looks like you knew. You knew exactly what
You
was
had the intuition.
We got some extra rare merchandise right here. You can't even buy this. You have to get this from the man himself. You know?
Great backpack. Look out for it.
Like
folks.
it's like the waiters at Olive Garden. Like instead of like shaving cheese on the pasta, he like cuts the sticker right in front of you. On-demand
I mean,
sticker.
that dude makes me happy. So
That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, like, bring that sticker up to the camera real quick. At least just a little bit closer. Perfect. It's looking good. I'm liking it.
I love the
I'm loving the aesthetic of it.
that's the logo as of now. Shout out Nick Fuller for making that.
Nice.
Nice. But I do have to ask, right? Just because I'm curious. I personally really like collecting, like the physical medias and stuff, like the CDs, the cassettes, the records, stuff like that.
Funny you say that.
Oh.
I don't. Okay, I shouldn't have said it like that. I don't have anything in my backpack, bro.
And here comes.
Here
Well,
the
then
shot.
on vinyl.
Wow, that'd be. Oh my god, I probably wouldn't even give that away. But I did just so happen to get a copious amount of CDs,
Okay.
a CD press, and templates. I need a printer. That was the last step we forgot about.
It's in the works.
Yeah, but don't worry,
it's being thought
it's
out.
happening. I don't know what I would put on a CD though, to be completely honest. I feel like it would be a cool thing to make almost like a greatest hits, and then be able to just kind of. I think I would honestly just go around to like local music stores
Yeah.
and just be like, hey, can you hand these out, man? You know?
Yeah, it's like a business card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could also, what might be cool is like do kind of like the double EP with deuces and composition. You could do like the like double-sided style.
His
You
look
know,
right
I've
now.
had-
Look at this.
Composition sounds like microwave popcorn.
I know you don't like it, but
Yeah.
seriously, you should be proud of that.
I
I
mean-
know, like, it's been a while, but I still think you should be proud of it.
Proud is a fun word. I'd say in some of Deuces is good too. I actually took like a significant portion of both of those projects off all streaming platforms. Like I think
Oh,
I
wow.
chopped Composition in half.
Okay.
And then I chopped a little bit off Deuces, and I honestly might even get rid of Composition as a whole.
Oh.
I'm trying to clean the slate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
get
want
that.
people to go on my page and even have the chance of finding mid. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No
what?
mid on the
Yeah, I
horizon.
can
Only
understand.
S tier is available here.
I have one request.
All right, what's up?
Please leave the last song on Deuces, because I love that song.
Oh, As I Wonder?
Yeah.
That one will stay. That one's dope. Don't worry. That was also another like kind of awakening, like, oh wait, I don't have to be like aggressive.
Yeah, I love that song. I think that's like one of your really good
Dude.
written songs.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. That one means a lot. Not a lot of people pick up on As I Wonder.
Yeah, I wish that one was getting up there more, but maybe.
Right.
Maybe after the show.
It's funny you mentioned I listened to that on the way here for the first time in forever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We listened to that on the way here too, because I put it on
Yeah.
when we were in the car.
What time was it? It was like 6:53.
It was a little bit early.
It was like 6:30.
Oh, okay.
No, 6:45.
Still,
Well,
it's a magical moment.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that stickers are being cut in the studio and CDs are in the process once you acquire an inkjet printer.
Yes.
But Merch Gremlin is very pleased. I'll be looking out for those CDs.
Okay.
I must say.
Are you retreating back to
I am retreating back into Prada.
We choose.
enough.
Goodbye.
Well, we've mentioned Cody a couple times. You're wearing the Cycle of Man hat. Mentioned Sebastian. You've also worked with Haley Richardson, other producers as well. What is your creative process like working with different people as compared to just by yourself?
I feel like it's different with each person I work with. With Cody, the most thing what we've done successfully in the most recent past was actually sending stuff over to each other, not being in the same house to kind of
Oh,
give
interesting.
give ourselves like that full creative like, okay, like this is me. and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, you
Yeah.
know. Whereas me and Sebastian have done that before, but I feel like we've had more success actually being in the same room, and like we wrote this one song, and like it was like wrote and recorded in like 2.5 hours. And he also made the beat in that process. So it was like it was just pulled from thin air, and that was such a crazy moment for me, and honestly inspired the death of BeatStars.com in my life. And then Sebastian and I have a little something in the works, if you will.
Okay.
See, we have this music video director friend. Saturday Session is his name.
Okay.
I'm not going to use his real first name because that would take away from the
hype.
professionality.
Right.
And but Saturday Session has a short film that he's going to be making, and he wanted us to do the soundtrack for it. So that's going to be exciting.
Nice.
Wow, I wish Sebastian was here and we could perform When Will She Learn? But we made a really cool song, and we're going to make some more together. And that will be a fun EP
Nice.
combined with like a short film.
Wow,
So
that's really cool.
It's going to be dope.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope.
Well, a longer project that you worked on with Cody was called Nothing's the Same, right?
Yeah.
9 months, you said this took to make. Around 9 months.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. Wow. You guys did your research. I was like, how'd you know that?
You know. What was the process like from conceptualization to the finished music video? Because long process.
I'm so happy you asked this question. So it actually started on this one random January night. I was home for break, and Cody hit me with a FaceTime so late at night. He was like, bro, like, come over, bro. Like, come on, let's make some music. And I was like, dude, like, no, I don't, I'm so tired. And he was like, come on, just come through. And then I was like, fine. I eventually come through. He had half the hook for that song recorded already, basically. And then I finished the hook with my half, and then I left. And we sat on that, like, just hook for, like, I don't even know how many months, but months. And then I recorded, like, a sloppy copy demo version of that verse in my closet or in my closet at my old house last year.
Okay.
It sounded like the Mickey Mouse doghouse, and not even the good one. But then months go by, and it's always scary re-recording a song that you already laid like a demo down, just because you're like, oh, like I feel like it's just not gonna be the same as like that one. Like the vocals were good, I just didn't know how to mix. That's why it sounded like a tuna can. And but regardless, we pushed through it, because then in between this time, I meet Saturday Session. Like I already knew him, but now we're like becoming friends.
Yeah.
And he wants to do a music video, and I show him that song, and he's like, this is the one. And we started planning that video probably like last year, I don't even know, like March. So we're coming up on like the year anniversary to when that idea was conceptualized. And then it took like 5 months to actually finish the song, and then also get like, shout out Elena. She's the actress in that video. She came all the way from Syracuse.
Wow.
Wow.
Big shout out.
Mind blowing.
Wait.
But that was the first like extended hurrah. You know what I mean? Where like everything kind of happened in like short bursts for the most part, but that was like months worth of work, at least for like one song. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like months worth of build up for this one moment, and it still makes me happy. So that's how you know it was okay. It's not cringe yet. It's not cringe yet.
You've mentioned that you have kind of an inspiring story with meeting Cody on your social media. Do you want to share that?
Oh, wow. You guys are really good. So I met Cody. First of all, me and him went to the same high school.
Okay.
I didn't even know that until I met him. But, because, whatever. Then all of a sudden I'm working at Tops, and I go to the carryout cafe, not to work, but to get pizza. And then I do it again, and then I do it again. Then I do it to the point where I'm like, yo, can I get the usual? Like the usual.
Yeah.
So I'm on that basis with him.
Okay.
And then I'm thrown in the department to work these Fish Fry Fridays with him like a couple weeks later. And he was like the closest one to age me in the department. So I was just like, you know, making friends with him because like that made the most sense. And he was also just like chill. And this older dude in that department was like, oh yeah, like, you know, Cody makes the music too, right? Because like he somehow knew I did. And I was like, oh, like, really? Like, I didn't even know that. What's his name? And or like you know, stage name. And he was like, oh, it's just like Cody. And I was like, well, thanks, man. Like that doesn't help. And then he gave me his number. So then I reached out to Cody and was like, yo, I heard you made music. Like, what's good? Like, can you send me your name or whatever, and we could link up or something?
Yeah.
So he sends me his name. Turns out, couple months prior, when I was scrolling through Instagram, there is this ad promoting this kid with a Kid Leroy sound. And I was like, screw it. Like, I'll listen to it. And then I listened to it, and I was like, that's pretty good. So then I added the song. It was Cody.
Yeah.
So I already had this dude on my phone. I already went to high school with him, and it took Tops Fish Fry Fridays to actually get us together. And
Wow.
then we start, like, I came over for the first time, and we started making a bunch of music, and we made so many songs that will never see the light of day because we were still in that phase of like, oh, like, I want to sound like Future.
Little baby.
I don't think I was ever that deep into the trap, but yeah, we were reaching for sure.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But
Would you
now we're
say he's
making-
like your closest collaborator, or?
Him and yeah. I've known him for far too long. We get on FaceTime for like 3 hours, and it's like, oh wow, how did this even happen?
Yeah.
Me and Sebastian got mad close, mad quick, and I actually met him through Cody. So if it wasn't for Tops Fish Fry Fridays, I wouldn't be here.
Thank goodness.
Right.
Shout out to your manager as well.
Literally. Thank you, Christina.
Well, on that note, I'd like to ask a little question about what's coming up next. Mel usually asks this question. Would you like to carry on with this?
No, you can finish.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll do it as good as you, but I'll try my best.
You can try. Okay, go for it.
So, now we ask about what's next. You know, do you have any upcoming releases? Do you have any upcoming shows? What would that full-length Sciandi album look like if it was to ever happen?
So the next thing that I'm gonna release is gonna be that Maybe in Another Life joint. I
Okay.
feel like that one makes the most sense with how all these cold winter days turn to cool summer nights. That's kind of what's happening right now, you know? So that one, and then probably the Sebastian Sciandi EP
Okay.
will be coming
Soundtrack
after
EP.
that, which theoretically will be dropping around April.
Okay.
So we got
So you
the
don't
March.
have to wait too long.
Yeah, no. We got the March drop that's already ready. It's already hot and ready, Little Caesars. and then
Let's do better than Little Caesars.
yeah. Hot and ready, like no, I was about to say DiGiorno. We're only getting worse. Cuisine. There we go. Hot and ready cuisine. And then we have the 5-course hot and ready cuisine. I'm gonna say 5-course, and we're gonna manifest a 5-song EP.
Oh, wow.
Then after that will probably be the Walking Paradise single.
Man, you got a calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this.
Well, cause think about it, you know, like I don't know, I don't have that album audience yet.
Yeah.
I gotta
Gotta
figure
keep
out
going.
how to get the kids roped in. You know what I'm saying? Get them interested. So a full length Sciandi album, unfortunately, isn't
on the back
coming
burner
anytime
right now.
soon.
Yeah.
But
I
when it
understand.
comes,
Projects are
it's-
coming out.
it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully, no. It
It
will. it will have live instrumentation.
Manifestation.
It will have significantly less, if not no, auto tune, and it's gonna make you feel things.
Love that. I'm psyched.
Hell yeah.
Cool. And does that wrap it up?
I think that does.
That does. Well, thank you, Sciandi, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And that will conclude another episode of the Local Lowdown. Thank you so much, again, for coming on the show. It was really fun. Really, what would you say? Silly, goofy, silly.
Spitting silly.
We were spitting
I
silly.
can never get it
for a
wrong.
while. Let me tell you, we were spitting silly.
You know what? Yeah. But it was a pleasure having you. Super excited for all the projects you have coming up. March, you said April, you said a lot of dates.
Even July, man.
July.
Maybe we'll pull it up to June.
Things are around the horizon. I was gonna make a joke. It's gonna be really corny. Take us out.
Now you kind of have to. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say something like paradise related, but I can't make innuendo jokes like that. No.
I'll save you. I'll save you. Thanks for tuning in to the Local Lowdown on 88.9 WCVF The Voice and 89.5 WDVL The Inferno. We'll be back next week with some more cerebral local music.
Same time, same place. Goodbye.
See you next time. They will. I won't.
Whoever thought that we let it get to this point?